Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Get that out of there. Y'all know it's got to be something if I, on an off day, need to get on here and have a few words to say. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are at in this beautiful world. My name is Matty Rants. Thanks for listening. And you are tuned in for another rant with me, but this one is about yesterday, and this may be a segment that I do often if something happens that I feel I can weigh in on. Now, we're going to have a discussion about two different topics today and one subtopic, which is going to then lead into a video that will be coming out soon. The topics are, of course, a conversation that was had, if that's what you want to call it, on Twitter between Heidi in Closet. Shout out to Heidi. I saw you in the chat earlier, sister. I'm going to be gentle, I promise. No, I'm not. But I am going to talk about this, and we're going to be honest. And Miss Kahanna Montrese, okay? I am going to do my best to be fair. But I do want to break it down because I think some things are being lost in the sauce, and we need to look at the full picture about what this is really over and discuss somebody projecting, the other one responding, and then the way things went out. And I'm certain everyone saw the post today from Kahanna in reference to what happened yesterday, as she deleted most of the responses that took place between Heidi. But I screenshot them, and so did everyone else, as did Heidi. Now, we're also going to get into a conversation, not about the movie Cocaine Bear, but close to it, as Joseline Hernandez has been arrested on 4 counts of you know what the rest of it is, over Big Lex. For those of you who are familiar with that deep rabbit hole of nonsensical reality television that comes from Zeus, Joseline's Cabaret is an actual show that exists in reality. Believe it or not, if you want to see her and her weirdly necked husband, Ballistic, having a good old time in a very dirty bathtub, check out one of the seasons. I dare tell you which episode it is, but you can see the gonorrhea in the water. Excuse me, this is early. But anywho, Joseline decides to wear out somebody at a boxing match that she's not actually on the roster for, and then decides to go a little ham on everybody. Zeus was in the building, of course, but let's not forget Melissa from Love and Hip Hop, Mimi's ex-fiance, wife, what? Look, giving grown man fighting and jumping on Big Lex, and then Ballistic. I've been talked about you putting your hands on folks. We're going to get into that today and talk about the irony of it all, of her being in the back of a boxing match, trying to have a boxing match. Jesus Christ. Anywho. We're going to talk about today. Drag Me to Dinner is also going to be on this roster. I am going to give a little bit of a light commentary on that show, as I'm actually going to be working on an edited video describing the episodes and which ones I think were the best of the best. I'm going to do like a ranking system with it, but I do want to discuss that show later because I'm actually like, it was very helpful for me when my power was out and I needed something to laugh at. Okay. Listen, let's get my social medias out the way first. I do want to do a disclaimer because I want to make sure that what we're talking about today, I really am asking y'all not to send hate to anybody that we discuss, no matter how we feel about what situation is going on, whether it's Heidi or Kahanna or Joseline Hernandez or whoever we're discussing today. These are all just opinions, and this is, of course, for entertainment purposes, but at the same time, not so much Purple Apple. We absolutely don't agree with you, but glad that you're here so that way you can go ahead and express your opinions today. But I won't be receiving those. Click, especially when somebody says something. Okay, we got to keep it real and 100 when it comes to it and how things go down. And that's what I'm going to do today. So we will not agree, and I'm good on that. So it's at Matty Rants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at the Matty Rants. You can find that all in the description down below. Grab a branch and eat some fruit, Mativia Poot. You can find all of that information on my Linktree link that is available for sure in the description section. I also do reactions on Patreon for as low as $1. So if you would like to see those reactions, check out my Patreon. They're available for your consumption. Over 300 plus videos for you to consume. I also am bookable on Cameo. Look me up on Cameo, and I have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. Yes, CEO Bible Girl. I saw that read someone try to give her. I'm like, baby, you do not know how far that web is weaved. You do not know how far that web is weaved. Excuse me, make sure I keep my eyes and focused here because I see opinions I don't care for. But it is going to be available. We have tank tops, t-shirts, and stickers. Matt Tivia, Rant Pack, the panel. Sundays are best with the panel. All that kind of stuff. Listen, Heidi, how are you doing, baby girl? Now, I messaged you on Twitter. If you want me to send you a link, and I'm not asking for a full interview, I don't need you in drag. If you just want to come up here, lightly speak on something from your, I don't need no dragging of just, you know how it is, high, just a light, like it was the moment yesterday. If you want to, let me know. If you feel comfortable in the chat, we good with that too. But y'all make sure to give love to Miss Heidi in Closet. I know not a lot of y'all agree with her, but it's okay. That's fine. You don't have to. Everybody has another way of working around this. And I see, unfortunately, I'm going to have to remove some people from this chat because it's getting a little too interesting for me, and I don't appreciate that kind of stuff here. Please don't disrespect me, Damari, Purple Eater. We just may have different opinions on things, and I don't appreciate that nastiness in my live chat today. This isn't a rub Heidi's ass session. I'm gonna break down this from my perspective and go from there, because you don't know as much as I know, and I know that for a fact. Okay, because I had more conversations than just what you saw and what you were able to consume. I actually had background conversations, something you're not privy to. So I'm asking for a little bit more respect in reference to this conversation today, because it's coming from somewhere that's actually, a lot different from you as just a fan looking at this online. And I hate to even put that out there like that, but I want to be very clear. I haven't blocked him yet. I'm almost there, but I'm like, you need to understand that that's your friend, that you sound stupid. And, it is disrespectful, Damar. You already did it with that whole they're friends, so he's gonna do. You've already lost me there. I'm not gonna block you, but I'm gonna make sure I say this now, and I'm speaking to everybody that comes in here and tries to do. He's friends of Reddit threaded girl. Go there and make your free opinions, baby. I'm gonna break this down from how I feel about the situation. Okay, I am friends with Heidi. That's my bitch. Love her down. Okay, one of my favorite people in life I've ever met. Right, but like, other than that, I'm just going to talk about this from my own level, but like, don't play that shit with me. I'm too grown for that crap. I'm not one of these young queens up here on YouTube. In my first year, this has been there, done that kind of territory. I be in the room with these people, and I hate to even throw that up like that, but it's the truth. I be in the room with them. So have a little bit more for me on that one here, because I'm not just going to lick the entire time, but I am going to talk about things that I'm aware of and how it looks like to us as people, right? Okay, cool. With that being said, and again, this is just a conversation, okay? And I will, because you know how it is. You know how I am one of those kind of Libras. I always try to look at things from both perspectives, and I try my best. Okay, like I try my best not to just go, let me be this one, let me do this one. I used to do that in my older videos back in the day. Truth, I used to do that. Now I'm a little bit older. Time has told me things. I've been humbled in many directions. I know better. So today we are talking about stuff that already has been posted online. It's already things that we've seen before. Everything is available for your consumption. So nothing that I'm presenting today is anything that I have made up, anything that I am placing into, a different whirlwind of nonsense. It's none of that. Okay. This is all available for you to see, right? I'm also just commenting on what took place and giving you my opinion, whether we agree or not. And there could be a difference in how we feel about certain things. Okay. I'm also going to maybe throw a joke or a jab or two, because this show is for fun. And this ain't CNN. I'm not Don Lemon, and I'm not going to get, well, I won't go there. So here's my disclaimer. I mean it sincerely. I send y'all all love. Don't care if you don't like me. Just don't play in my face like that. But disclaimer, This program's for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individuals, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Matty Rants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. And no hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program. One more time. Do not send hate to anybody we talk about today, the shows, the brand, the management, friends of a friends, cousins and kins. None of that. We are not those people, and we will never be. I don't facilitate that, so don't bring it over here. And if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this, buy my merch. Actually, tip Heidi. Tip Kahanna too. Send them tips. Look for their cash apps. Send them some love, okay? If you're really mad about it. Okay. I was not. The way I was minding my the way I was minding my business at the dentist getting sealants done, since someone wanted to bring up dental work in their read, trying to get somebody when you have fresh veneers, girl, but pop off. Whoop, it's early, Matt. Come on, bring it in. I'm like, fresh face is doing this. I can't do it today. Okay. So I'm literally in the dentist chair and I'm getting bloop, 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 bloop. Y'all were messaging me and tagging me and all of that. Heidi, forgive me. I know you were live the other day, but I had no idea what was going on. And someone even tagged me in the comments like, Heidi, looking for you. I'd have been glad to pop up on that live, but I also would have been saying some shit because I was really in my feelings when I was looking at everything like, now, why is someone coming for my friend like that and what's going on? But let me look at the full picture here and let me not just jump, even though yesterday I did jump a little bit. Okay. I jumped a little bit, right? This is Malaysia Baby Doll's shirt. Baby Doll Fox. I got this at DragCon. It's one of my favorite shirts I bought from DragCon. Low key, I would show you Heidi's grinder that I have, but it is now my current main grinder, and I just used it recently, so I'm not gonna be able to show you. It's got a little debris on that sucker. Shout out to Heidi for that grinder because that was a great purchase for my tray. Honey, she's smooth. Okay, but back to this though. But I saw all the things that was going down, and I was just like, holy crap. Okay, this is a lot to take in. And I didn't understand why one thing was said and then all of a sudden it got turned into another level of something, which is where I was confused about. And it was like, I think there is a miscommunication and feelings are hurt on one person's end, but on the other person, they're then receiving those hurt feelings without it being communicated properly. And then also the other person not receiving another one's truth about the situation at hand here. That's what I'm witnessing today. It's like you have in your mind set that this person is out to get you in a certain way and make you look bad. And that's not the case if we really surmise everything that comes together with this, but is then how the responses then take place to then where we see nothing but reactions. And now everybody's dragging each other a little bit, right? That's also the matter of the fact that when someone is threatened, okay, and says, when I see you, some people take that seriously. I'm not trying to throw my city out like that, but how I was raised is if anybody talking about that, when I see you, baby, I don't do internet rah. I am location, drop it. Are you in the city? Because I'm not flying out to fuck you up. Just so we're clear. But when someone do something like that for me, my reaction is, okay, Jade, you want it, let's go. Some people may not have those same reactions and may not want to go and do all of that. Now, some people feel in this chat that Heidi is wrong for posting those receipts. But if that was actually flipped on them and it was, I never did that, then what would we be asking for? Or is it just about how you feel about each individual? Let's start to get into the process of this. I am going to integrate how this plays into the show and why it ended up out here, in my opinion. But every bit of truth that is available for this conversation, this light try to follow me, you will not, because I'm banging the table. This conversation isn't about Kahanna, you're bad. Heidi, you're bad. That's not what this is about. This is the breakdown, right? And also how this could have been handled. And also, um, it's between these two in reality. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, these two got to work it out. Not you, not me, not how you feel, not how I feel. Them two, grown individuals, when they're ready to work it out. One may be more receiving than the other right now. That's not our business. We will talk about what was then posted, though, so we have things to lay in here. And so you understand. Like Joyce, that's why I don't understand why it's that big of a deal. But then at the same time, again, if you've been slick throwing shots at me for the longest, and then we say all this shit online and it's been texted in a personal format, I am going to light you up and expose you. So we may not agree on that, but I'm at that level when somebody says bark, I'll bite. That's how I operate. So we may not do all of that. But if it had been someone else, maybe another thing. Now, mind you, a lot of what Heidi has said or is giving to the audience that honestly, we love our Heidi over here. I mean, a lot of y'all do, but I love all the girls in the show, regardless of how you think I feel. If you think I feel different, oh, I don't care. I really don't care. That's you. But go to her Patreon, subscribe. Hell, I wish Kahanna get her Patreon. I'm just saying, like, at this point, Kahanna, you went on Instagram for free. You could have had a whole Patreon with that. I just didn't understand it. It's like, okay, girl. Anywho, let's start this up to date. Joseline Hernandez, I feel bad for you because it's about to be. I have been waiting low-key for this moment to only prove us all right about you. But, we'll talk about, because you've been wanting to get Big Lex since that reunion. So I found it funny how things played out. Heidi in Closet, I could have handled it better, and under normal circumstances, I would have posted, probably wouldn't have, but when I get threatened, all bets are off. Okay. I understand that. Others may not, but I understand that. This is actually a picture of her when she was talking about Candy in the Cookie Monster bit, which was really funny, that episode. She's like, Candy sounds like the Cookie Monster, but you did beat her. Still one of my favorite moments from the show. But I just was looking for two pictures. These aren't pictures to try to make people look shady. If you feel that way, that is your personal stuff. You can make the big deal of things. I'm not going to do that with y'all. Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and plug myself because why not? If you want to throw me a tip for this conversation today for talking about this, paypal.me/MattyRants, catch up to also MattyRants, Venmo MattyRants. I appreciate y'all for tuning in today and being here. And again, this is just my opinion. All right. So let's move forward. Now, this all started from Snatch Game, from my understanding, and in reference to a lot of the conversations that were even held at Roscoe's, as well as stuff that's been said online. And it's really been over how Kahanna felt that Heidi had ill intentions for her when it came down to volleying back and forth during Snatch Game. Kahanna feels, from what we can gather, from what was said in the many occasions that she's spoken, that she knew she was feeling low. You're supposed to be my friend. And you took this moment to pull me down and make me feel bad about myself and not really help me. That's what we are given from this narrative. Rudy, thank you so very much. That's coming this week. I appreciate the super chat. And Skylar, it's the depth. I mean, that's what she wanted us to. She was playing into that, honey. She quickly changed her mind. I'm glad that 24-hour mental break got her back together because I'm like, what are you doing? This isn't cute. And everybody's saying that was a serve. You're garbage. I was like, don't facilitate this person's insecurities playing out directly in front of us. Let's not do that today. So here's the thing. I can understand Kahanna being upset that in that moment she's not feeling good. And like someone is playing into that with you. But from what we've gathered from Heidi doing all of this is that with Heidi, I thought I was helping them. And this is what we've gathered from Heidi in the chat with us online, Patreon. I thought I was helping. I thought I was trying to give them a little something that was towards their humor, and it would make a lot of sense. And that way she can play into that, get RuPaul to laugh a little bit, ease the tension off. Now, in Kahanna's world, she may have not felt that because in that moment, There was no laughs, nothing was going on. And it was definitely like, fuck, I'm definitely going to be in the bottom this week. I'm going home. So this mental demon, I like to call it, when these moments happen, when we're not doing our best and we decide to get a little ooh about things, I felt was then consuming her at the moment. And when Heidi was trying to be helpful, it came off as malicious and of ill intentions. Now, we do understand, based off of things that were said at Roscoe's, that Kahanna didn't want to have this conversation, but apparently production pushed it. These are your words, not mine. And so they had to have it at this point in time. My issue, and what everyone was talking about today, it is the verbiage that was used to describe what Heidi was doing to you at the time that made it sound like what she was doing was so malicious and was out to get you. And it just didn't make sense to a lot of us as fans, because through what we've seen of this person, that is not their character. And so when that resume is visually, we can see it. We have episodes to prove it. It don't come off that way. It didn't feel that way. So Heidi apologized in this moment immediately, because it's like, a Libra also hates confrontation. I know, Heidi, I'm pulling out our zodiac here, but like, I hate confrontation. Even though if it's brought to me, I meet it with the entire Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and the full worth, because now I have to put you out. And we can't do this again, because I'm not going to deal with this shit again. But like, it ended there, so we thought, okay? So we thought. It ended there. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. I thought it was done, honestly, but then the candy situation happened and all that took place. Heidi left the show. Someone left such a weird comment, like I love you, Heidi, but you left the show and that disappointed me so. But I was like, what? Oh, you got to take yourself out of the show sometimes and think of the person who you are talking to. They are not just an entity. But let's get into the Twitter conversation, because a lot of stuff was said at Roscoe's. Heidi had some tweets that were very much like, well, I'll be at Roscoe's in a few weeks, so I'll be able to speak my piece on that. Now, all of a sudden, and this is where I got introduced into this moment, because Kahanna, I feel, was alluding to Heidi tweeting her, I guess because Heidi's thinking about Kahanna all the time. Okay. There are some queens that are like that. We know a couple girls that, honey, every other tweet it's that, right? But we get good girl gone bad. I'm the right one to play with. Hashtag I'm coming for you. Fill me with your hate. I will turn it into my strength. I was like, is this Beyonce? Is this the remix? I was like, okay, hold on. Hold on. Fill me up. It only empowers me. That hungry demon I have that loves to cause havoc. Don't be sorry now, but keep the same energy when you reap what you've sowed. I'm the reaper. I personally was like, okay, what's going on? I was like, are these song lyrics? I really was looking it up. I was like, are these song lyrics? Did someone say something? Like, I didn't get this. Now, someone then pulls me into this portion of the conversation, because, apparently, things happen. Heidi had, responded liking this tweet from Norway. Now, Heidi. This is me looking at you being honest. Girl, let me tell you how long that stick was from Norway. I was over here like, oh, girl. I said, damn. I feel you wanted to have, I see you. I get it. But I also was sitting here like, how long was that stick from Norway, sister? As you were like, doop, 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 doop. Like, okay. All right. And I said, all right. Now, Kahanna post, don't nobody care about you being a Norway girl. I'm working the world, ho. I know. I know it was petty. So see, for those of you who are like, Matty, this is my ding on Heidi. It's like, well, you poked and that bear was ready, and it's like, okay, here we go. That's how this kind of happened. Like, yeah, she felt you were subtweeting about her. Possibly you were. She was subtweeting about you. You said, okay, let's go. And I said, all right, here it is. That's how I looked at it. It was very, could have been, but we wouldn't have known until someone like actually responds. And then this was the moment where it was like, and begin. Like, very much that. 420 of you in this room. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you for being here today. Again, we're talking about the drama from yesterday, but I'm trying to do this as the best way possible. I'm working the world, ho. Now, Kahanna, if I looked you up, all right. Honey, that call from Vegas I had the other day. No shade. I was like, okay, now Vegas live? Yes. Understudy for sure. But like, did you get the booking for the world? I was like, wait, hold on a second here. I didn't. That one threw me for a loop. No one's calling her a victim. Catch up to the conversation, baby, with your new account. I'm just saying, like, it was if we did and looked, I'm just saying, all right. And I'm talking about the girls in Vegas having these conversations, not me making this up off the top of my head. That part, but like, I'm not going to do this and go into her world. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do all that. This is what she wanted to say. Now, she owns a home, got good credit. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Having your own home and having good credit, that's a blessing. The gingivitis, halitosis breath fix, then I'll be impressed. Now, that's where Kahanna lost me. I can see working the world, doing my own gigs in between, having my own home, having my good credit, finished. Everything about me is great. I'm good. Now, when you got to Heidi's mouth, that's when we can now enter the chat and go, oh, now you're dragging. Because like, oh, okay. Like in the tweet from Norway, honey, you having good credit in your own home is its own comeback. You were fine right there, Kahan. I don't know why you had to get in her mouth like that. But when you do that, we can get into your mouth. Veneers. We can do that today. New teeth. Have to go to a doctor to get a whole new set when that shit fuck up. I know about veneers. My father got them. Okay. That's why I was like, now I know we're all right. Now you rise up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, now, okay, all right. Literally, you talking about somebody's mouth and you had to become a whole new person. Like, okay. That's where I just thought this was weird. Like, now Kahanna, no, Heidi. Girl, Kahanna, Crimson Chin, Montrese. I feel like you stole that from me, sister. You live in Vegas. The house market is cheap. True. I lived in Vegas. I live in Houston. House market's cheap out here too. I could afford a house there, Cam. I'll fix my credit when you fix that drooping ass. Now, hold on, Heidi. I took a shit in the parking lot and it got more press than you, girl. Bye. If I were to compare reads, Heidi wins. T. At the same time, I'm like, ow, no, sister. This is me. No. Heidi, no. I wanted to scream. No. I wanted to stop. I know she came for the mouth. At the same time, you said, oh, since we're going to do it today, let's do it today. T, no shade for those of you backing this up. That's fine. You can back it up. That's cool. I get why you hear all that. But like, you are not going to physically come for somebody when you literally had to go into another room, swipe left, swipe right, swipe down, and press a button. You had to travel to Matt, we're trying to be good here. I just thought that was crazy to me. Like, you literally had to sit on a flight, like what is it? Backward side saddle cowboy or whatever. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Don't send any hate. Don't send any hate to like, honestly, either one. Please don't. We're just talking about this conversation. Now, It gets to, I'll see you in Chicago, sis. I don't know if y'all are booked for the same day at Roscoe's. To be honest, Heidi, I don't even know if y'all have talked already, but if y'all eventually do, I hope y'all do. I hope this just gets dropped because I hate seeing this shit at the same time. You know, sometimes we'd be like, oh, okay, interesting. But it was, remember, I had to block it out. I forgot the other one. You threatened me. No excuse. Now, excuse me as I hop on this flight to London. Baby, she said from Norway to London. World. Okay. Of course, these threats were starting to happen here. And then we get the receipts from Heidi. Now, people feel this was wrong to do. I can see and understand and respect a private conversation being shared as being wrong, and that's not okay. Okay? Okay? I got that. Oh, it's my booking. She was already there. Ooh. All right. But I want us to take this into context before we talk about Matty's a friend of and we can shut up. Okay? Cool. Um, of course, Heidi's in the blue, Kahanna's in the gray here. Just hurts because when we were in the hallway, sad after Snatch Game, before we had to do confessionals, I was the one that came and checked on you and gave you a hug and told you everything was going to be okay. But have a nice day. Be very careful with me, exclamation point, full thread. What do you mean by that? The subtweets directed towards me, if you want to play, we can. Ain't nobody playing with you, girl. Just remember what I said. Devil mask. Girl, don't be threatening me. I'm keeping it real with you. I ain't never said anything not true and keeping it real, darling. You want to play, I'm just the right one to tangle with. You can say she's wrong for this, but this just proves points. So just saying, I was 100 with you with everything I said. I meant it. Okay? You said your piece, and I'm going to say mine. We have, there you go, creating a narrative. That's your truth, but it ain't everybody's truth. If we're not going to get along, we're just not going to get along. Okay, well, let me give you a truth you and I can both agree on. You'll see soon. And I know your cis track. Good. So does Candy. Perfect. And I decided not to drop it a long time ago. Have fun and do you. We can walk our separate ways, just letting you know you lost a real sister and a friend. You can say the same. Now, Kahanna is hurt, and I see that, and I just okay. This is me trying to be on Kahanna's. If I was her friend and I would talk to her about this, this is where I would go. I'll admit posting them was wrong, but here we are. You know what, Heidi? I'm here for you. And thank you for admitting that. And honestly, you didn't delete your track of what just happened. You kept it up there because that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. But here's me on the whole thing. I wanted Kahanna just to keep it at I'm hurt and I felt some kind of way, and then really dive into that more so than this whole I'm gonna get you, girl, just wait when I see you. Da, 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 da. It's like, what are we doing here? If that's your sister and that's your friend, you don't be threatening your friend or your sister. I had a friend of mine that I knew for over 20 years. A few years ago, 2 years ago, he raised up on me because he thought I was talking about him, but he actually was drunk. But I need y'all to understand that I can't excuse when you are in a feeling, whether you're intoxicated or not, that you could rise up on me out of years of me knowing you, out of whatever relationships we've had, and you can get up here and do all this. Like, I can't do all that today. I can't. All of my oh baby, this punk. y'all see this little punk up in the chat here? Let's get this baby out. You got to make a new account, love, if you want to say something else to me. Oh, I know I've accomplished more than you. I can say all that. I could definitely be for sure proud of that opinion. I'm just gonna go ahead and block you, ugly. It's okay. I've done more than you could ever imagine. I've actually performed at South by Southwest. I was literally one of the booked girls for that. Oh, honey, I can run my list. Can you? Who are you? See, that's the thing about it when it comes to people like that, that you don't understand, them little little cis girl, the little cis punks that be up in here trying to give it all that they have. Like, who is that punk? Who are you? A played slur, but that's just where you are. Baby, stick to what we're talking about today. Triggering, you talk about me being triggered. I'm sitting here trying to break this down for both sides. Do you feel what I'm saying? It's sad to see. It's sad to see. They can catch me on Reddit though for free. Actually, they won't, but they can give their opinions for free. Heidi, don't you don't give people like that energy. He's sitting in a dirty room right now, wishing somebody would love him. And if that person is next to him actually gave a fuck about him, they would have told them, why are you online and why are you in someone's chat trying to have a conversation that you have no grips of reality for? What lines have you stood in for who that you give a fuck about without you sitting online trying to read some people or tell some people how to feel? I'm grown and I got hands. My mouth is lethal and my hands sting. Yeah, don't worry, baby. Don't worry, baby. And that goes to Kahanna too. Honestly, like anybody even dragging you for any reason, even me saying something to you, girl, pay it dust. Because if you are secure in yourself, be that secure. But also the folks that give a fuck about you, bring them in closer. And that's where you need to be. My whole thing about this, as I'm trying to have this conversation today, is that I feel bad because Kahanna is taking something way more seriously than she needs to, in my opinion, and is taking something that took place on a show and made it a personal moment between the two that could have honestly, this could have came from here and all that kind of jazz. But I get her being hurt, but I also know she's embarrassed because, like, I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but I want to be honest about how I feel in this moment. Because she did post something a little bit later. I have my state that you can call me triggered for this because my tweet was, if my face and body were only a few years old, I wouldn't be trying to fight nobody. Baby, whatever you felt about yourself, you went and changed and you got fixed and you feel good about yourself. And I honestly was receiving it the entire time on the show. I am one of those people who you may have called a hater because you do wear similar outfits on the show. It's not the same. Similar, insane, similar. Say, you can disconnect those two. It's very easy. Very easy. Similar don't mean they're all the same, but they look similar. Okay? But they're all good looks. Whoever is your designer is fucking amazing. Brilliant. You look good. Like, no one's knocking that. And you are talented. Kahanna, no, back to this. No, for real. Let me speak on this. You are talented. And if you need someone to yell that at you, you're talented. But you're on a show that wants you to do comedy and acting and all this kind of improv shit. And that may not be the best that you have right now. It may be something that works good with your friends and in other scenarios and situations, but you are also a part of a television show that already has an agenda placed on who's going to go where and do what. And they're also trying to work in storylines and have things put in place. And if they can't work with you, that's when things happen and change up differently. We, or at least I, and a lot of us who've been watching this for years, understand that. Now, that little punk that rolled up in here on their feelings, giving all kinds of, God doesn't know about me and all my life, and get yourself some Jesus or some betterhelp.com. They may have different opinions on that. But as someone who I'm talking to, like, no, like, I that's what's getting on my nerves is like, you have it. Why are you fucking mad that these people are talking about you when they say that same shit to Bob, Alaska, and all these other things? Like, dead ass. Like, I get it, people. Look how this little played sis came up in here trying to get me together, talk about post your accomplishments and achievements. Bitch, Who are you, faceless profile? Like, you see what I'm saying? Trying to tell me about myself when you can look me up and you can do all that and you can find me, bitch. I'm doing more than you ever will. Blessed more than you ever could be. And so are you, Kahanna. Good credit with a house. New face, new body, new this, new girl. That's a blessing. Some girls can't afford plastic surgery or for people to help them get plastic surgery. So guess what? They now have to sit in the body that they don't feel comfortable in. You got to be in a comfortable body. Roll it around and make sure it's still the same. Say Lena Kyle, but like, that's it. So what are you talking about? And again, I want to make sure that we're very clear because she did take away, she changed, the whole devil bit and all that. She changed it. This was her tweet this morning. I had a moment, guys. I had to remember none of the craziest even matters. Kahanna, my drag persona isn't even real. I'm a fun-loving person. I'm going to choose joy in everything I do going forward. I love you guys that keep things positive and y'all inspire me to do better. See, if that, you see how if people can just sit down for a second and just listen to the full argument here, they would understand more because I'm not just dragging her. Kahanna had that today. I'm glad she changed it back. I'm happy that you did, Kahanna, and that you didn't play into the trolling aspect because in reality, everybody that hates you would have been hyping you up for the devil role. She did the same thing on Twitter, but like, it would be smart of her to like take that back. Do not give them that feed. And you need to go into this in a whole different approach. I again say these two need to have a conversation in that I think Kahanna, I think we need to listen a little bit to Heidi. I don't know what this personal kind of beef is, but this is also none of my tea. It's none of our tea. It's none of your tea. It's none of their, it's their shit, right? But my frustration with the situation is this is over something that is absolutely taken to a personal level where it shouldn't be. And then we're now threatening people. And why did it have to go that far? Like, what was said that was so crucial that you need to go there if that's your friend and your sister? My friend, my sister, my brothers, my real folks would never. We would never get there. Because if you raise up once, you'll raise up again. I want to end this by saying that I send love to both Kahanna and Heidi, regardless of how you feel. My jokes that I may have thrown out there, I did say, and I still do feel, baby, if I had got a brand new face and a brand new anything, the last thing I would be trying to do is find myself on another flight back to Mexico to pay that man to put me under and sign that waiver that if I die on this table, I cannot sue and have my family sue these people. To where I'm going to sit back on a Southwest flight. Oh, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. I would never. If I have a memory foam rump, if I have a stress ball body where I got to shape and shift it to make sure it still stays the same ridiculous, I would never. I would never. But I also know when you're in your feelings, you will risk it all. And if you got the coin to do it, or you can get the coin to do it quickly, you're going to risk it. But if they were to end up in a physical fight, honey, it would look like Suspiria. When them girls went into that room and all of a sudden, bang, 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 boom. I'm just saying. Heidi can go to the hospital. This one's got to go over, take a flight to go fix her stuff. I'm just saying. Unless you found somebody in LA, baby. I'm just saying. So I thought the threats were, that's weird. That's weird. Why you got to go there? You could have kept it on a read and then got into the conversation on the phone. But again, I'm not them. I am not them. This is how they had it happen to it and be. Heidi has said her feelings on this. She's been in the chat too. She's been in the chat too, speaking her piece. Kahanna, I wish you no ill will, regardless of what anybody will tell you today, regardless of, oh, well, you still made fun of me. Did. People make fun of me too. Remember, I have no accomplishments. I'm nobody. Remember, I'm poor. I'm poor, Kahanna. I'm poor. I'm poor. To the people that don't like me, I am poor. That's why, look at me with my PayPal, begging. I'm poor. I'm poor. I'm poor. But you don't touch me because I pay my rent. I pay my bills. I have my son with me and my audience who I love dearly. And if new people come in, welcome to the family. If you don't like me, there's a bathroom somewhere near you. Hopefully. But I don't care. And I don't think Kahanna should care that deeply. And I think that Heidi, for what it's worth, hey girl, if you were throwing her subs, but also I'll be excited when you get to speak your piece at Roscoe's. And I hope you get to say how you feel. And I'm asking you, Libra, to not go in there with your heart pumping. Make sure you're relaxed and say what you got to say. Because a worked up Libra is an angry, reactive, destructive one. And we are not, we gotta. There's nothing to fix. A threat burnt my bridges. Well, then Heidi's like me then. Then Heidi's like me then. Then you're like me, sis. If once you raise up, once you tell me you want some of this, let's get into some of the people in the chat here before we move on to Joseline Coquina Bear Hernandez. I don't want to try to get people the reads. I want conversations here. Reading these tweets and screenshots, I felt like this was season 11 Kahanna, and it didn't feel like someone who did Drag Race already. And I was thinking, now, David, you need to chill, no shade. Driveway, you try to bring up the personal trainer joke I used to have. I would feel bad if I went on a show and I was trying my best and things weren't working my way. I know I'd be in my feelings. Okay. I would feel insecure. I would, about me taking in what the judges are saying, knowing what I went through on a previous season that was absolute crap. Let's be real. Because even in my commentary, I say, I don't even want to look at Kahanna season 11. I have to look at her package from All Stars because that's Kahanna to me, right? I just think a lot of what's here is playing out here, and you have to like really pull that back in because it's projecting, and that's what it's giving to me. Some people don't like Heidi because of whatever Heidi does to them and all that kind of jazz. I get it. Like, we may not feel the same way. You may think that I'm biased in my own approach with this. I'm good with you having that perception, even though that's not the truth. But yeah, like, the live video, that was weird too. That was another thing where I was like, why did you do that? Like, why did you do that? You basically continued on that conversation of what you're going to do to somebody when you see them, and you want your fans to be rah-rah'd up for that. And as much as y'all want to play me and how I be talking, girl, isn't that promoting violence? Anywho. If Heidi, and this is if, because we can be forgivers sometimes, if y'all end up having that conversation, it'd be great. If not, I understand. Move on, move away from each other. I hope to never hear about this again until Heidi has the conversation at Roscoe's. But after that, I just would remove myself from whatever the narrative is between this situation here. It sucks that it went the way that it did, but like, there's too much evidence on top of evidence that does not play in one person's favor. As much as I can try to like not just be biased in this moment, it's like you kind of, like people are saying, weaponize the fan base in this moment with how upset you were, and the people that like you physically are now treating you. But I'm with it, sis. I'm with it. Just both of y'all. Like, after that, it's like, all right, if the fans want to do theory stuff and make videos, if someone wants to do a 35-minute video with cutaways from Roscoe's after Roscoe's asked them not to do it. I'm sorry, I had to bring nation. I think that's what the internet is for. That's how YouTube works with content creation. If it's posted, if it's there, and you can make it transformative. I hate to do that to Naisha with the Roscoe situation, but that was one of the silliest things they've ever said. I was like, girl, that he has the right to do that, and you can do that on YouTube while he is breaking down a 3-hour and some change live. Do y'all want to edit it down more so that way he can't, like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, I get the frustration, but if anything, he is also bringing engagement to y'all's YouTube videos, because his videos don't come out before theirs. Their video comes out before his. They have to go see the whole live. But sometimes people like watching the entire live and then going to see a breakdown of what was in the live. I know this from the girl world of the Foodie Booty, Chantel drama, and the Amber Lynn verse. I know that because of all the people who I follow, like Apathetic Facts, Karina Kaboom, and certain folks that actually there is a marketplace for that on YouTube. So her being angry about that, I understand if you feel like he's taking your words and misconstruing them. Absolutely. But what he's doing is making it for those who may not have a long attention span. That's why some people don't watch my videos, because they're like, this queen's talking forever and he's nobody. Who, okay, well, there are people who want to have a long conversation and sit there and listen to me talk for hours on end, because I can do that. It's called the gift of gab. And also I can hold conversations for that long. You may not have attention span for it, but others do. You may be in your house right now, or driving to a job site, or coming through a road trip or something on a plane, and you want to have something that's going to keep you busy. So you come here. That's what this is. That's why you can never touch, get, or drag me. I know my worth. I know what I'm doing. I got it. Okay? Love you, Heidi. I love you, Kahanna, regardless of what people say. I send y'all nothing but love. Fuck all this people in the background telling y'all how to feel and doing all that. And you shoulda. No. None of that. These people will do it on their time. I have said my piece on this. I'm good. You want to drag me in Reddit? You keep bringing me followers, baby. You do not understand the concept of how things go away and how it works. But good job, good luck, and find out if you want to. Yes, that is literally the purpose of YouTube and this platform, is to take content that's already made and make it transformative. And if you don't think it's transformative, that's you. But there are guidelines that we have to follow. So, well, look at what you're doing today. Look what's happening now, Heidi. You and Kahanna are so popular that I'm doing a video at, what is this, Tuesday? And there's 500 people in this room. Shout out to everybody tuning in today. I appreciate you. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Drop a tip in my jar. Adrian, I saw that tippy poo on Cash App. Thank you, baby. Again, you may not like what I had to say today. I'm okay with that. Say I'm not successful. I beg to differ. My version of success can be a completely different version of what you think is success, because you may base whatever success that you have off of who you're following on Twitter and who you're consistently retweeting and trying to make sure they know who you are. Where my version of success is me conquering many things in my life that I thought I wasn't going to be able to do, and getting past moments beyond myself, and still having a resume to back up whenever I do walk into a room, because girls remember when they do remember. Okay. I know that man is sitting there for an arrangement right now, and it's like, and also building a pretty cool family, internet family with the Rant back, because I love all of y'all. But let's move on from this. No hate to anybody that we just talked about today. I do want to make sure that we understand here that this is not a hate program. This is not I'm mad at you, you're mad at me, we're mad together, family. This is not that. Of course, I screenshot anybody's name and their information whenever they try to come for me in any sort of situation, so I can remind myself, if a girl step out of line, we have lawyers, we can sue, we can act up, I can meet you, pin locations too. It really don't matter to me. Here I am on a Tuesday doing what I love to do, and it's a job for me. Disclaimer, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to align any religions, race, company, silicones, individuals, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Matty Rants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, so please don't be rude. If you feel uncomfortable after viewing this, go on somewhere. All right. Well, now she knows CA, and I think she can see the chat, but yeah, I mean, listen. A lot of y'all remember many moons ago when Joseline was just getting started and she was still in her Stevie J era, that there was a video of her in a basement recording a track and she was sweating profusely with having a little bit of knot shimmer on her nose. People assumed and speculated that she was on that stuff. And it sounded like that. And it more so sounds like that from her music. But this, and I want to make sure that I have everything here for this because the way I can't do this 36-year-old anymore who is literally the same age as me. Joseline Hernandez is my age. I'm actually older than Joseline Hernandez by 2 months. She's born on November 3rd. I'm on September 24th. I need you to really put that into perspective. 36, okay? Now, Scorpios, I know you don't want to claim this one, but y'all know how crazy y'all can get. You know how a Scorpio can get, baby. I move out the way when Scorpios fight. I'm gonna tell you that very much right now, because that's a whole lot of I don't care, I'm going to jail kind of energy. Not for this Libra over here. I'd be let me fight and get out of here before the police come. A Scorpio gonna be swinging until they get maced, bitch. Do you hear me? So listen, everyone's favorite cocaine bear decided that she wanted to get into an argument or say a fight at a boxing match between Mayweather and someone who I don't know and don't care. And Zeus, of course, is sponsoring this event because Zeus is a network that apparently only highlights and showcases things that happen in a very Valencia manner. That's a nice way to put it. No, it's not. I don't feel that way. Miss Casey. I don't feel that way sometimes. I'm at that point. When I got to 35, I told myself a lot of shit that I've been doing before I have to stop. Because we about to hit 40 and I don't want to be one of those folks acting up in my 40s, not knowing that in my late and mid 30s, I could have just stopped all that in between and let the people act the fool as they want to. Okay. So listen, Joseline, this is the thing. Y'all don't know this, and I forgot to put these pictures in, but Joseline and Big Lex have had beef. Big Lex came off of a show with Joseline, which was the Joseline's Cabaret. And if I'm correct, let me think here, season two. Water, a little bit of that little, ganja stuff, and minding my business for the most part and not losing fights. That's why, baby. And also my parents, because genetics are real. Okay. But there was already beef from that situation there because Big Lex was always on her, I'm going to do my own thing kind of level. And Joseline low-key hated that shit. Okay. Heidi, girl, I'm trying to stop acting up by 30. I got a little over a year left. Okay, see what I'm saying? See, Heidi, you in your 20s. Do what you want to do. I'm going to be real with you. In my 20s, girl, I act a fool. I was swinging, girl. You know what I'm saying? I was getting in fights for no reason. That kind of stuff. But like 30s, I was like, this shit's going to start to stick. Like, it's going to start to stick. And this is going to become that thing where when you're in your 40s and 50s, they like to fight. And that is not a category you want. It's not a category you want. Like, yeah, Big Lex is the double homicide girl. If you've ever seen that meme that they talk about, or the meme where it's, or the GIF where it's like, damn, double homicide, and the girl was literally talking about losing twins. That was Big Lex that said that, and Big Lex ended up beating her up later on in the show. On top of that, but no, her and Joseline had issues, and it really was present at the reunion because of how Joseline would be talking to Lex very much like she's a little girl. And Ballistic, who is this man who has his hands on Lex, was very much aggressive and also hit Lex at the reunion. Now, I'm not bullshitting you when I say that. They had to cut that part out. But it was verified that that man did put his hands on her. Okay. Now, as I continue through this conversation and we talk about this today, they somehow have ran into each other at this boxing match, and Joseline and her had words. Apparently, from what everyone is saying, is that Lex was working Joseline at one point in time until Melissa from Love and Hip Hop, who was Mimi's fiance, were they ever married? Did Melissa and Mimi ever get married? Isn't that fucking weird? That's weird, right? Misty Blue, I just similar rise up situation to Maddie's. I cut that person off immediately. If they do that almost 10 years. I saw that person out and about in the neighborhood here in Houston. You were by Crockers. Yes, you. I know you're watching this. And I saw you and I looked you dead in your eyes and I booked it to the left because we're not talking. Once you did what you did, it was a wrap. And how you try to play me with my friends and text them behind my back talking about, oh, well, that wasn't me. And you're trying to still be friends with them. Nah, bitch, that you embarrassed us at that restaurant. High key. Embarrassed us. I hope you're not still living in your car, sir, because that's what that tea is right now. I hope you got your shit together. But that karma was real. Watch yourself. Them streets are talking. Baby. Like, that's another thing, too. Don't ever rise up on anyone who's favored. God takes care of his children, whether you believe in him or not. Bitch, I was like, oh, that's what's happening with her? Pillow to post, taken from other people, getting mad at them? That's interesting. That's interesting. Just so we're clear, that's why you don't let people play in your face and you don't have to respond back like the people want you to. I'm telling you. You let whoever you put your power into, let them be. Karma is real and it will touch down at any moment. And I'm good for letting it be. Honey, it's hit me a couple of times too. I know what it's like. I can be real on that. I ain't just had a full run at life being wonderful. It has gotten me together. But I also respect how it goes because when I know I'm in the right and someone do me dirty, I step the fuck back because it's going to hit hard. It may not be when I want it to be, but it will hit hard. Girl, I could talk about one of my exes that died in a drive-through line, who sat there and played in my face, took my money, fucked my credit up, fucked my friend in my house. Oh yeah, and his ex was talking that mad shit. How you doing now, baby? I couldn't imagine at a drive-through. Probably trying to ask him why, because he had a little problem and that's why it happened and he did it behind your back and still did it. Just saying. You let things happen. You let things work it out on its own. You ain't got to fight every fight. You ain't got to be in every battle. You ain't got to do it. Okay? Like, when I got that phone call and my friend was like, how you feel? I was like, pretty good. I'm still fixing shit from that motherfucker. And if anybody's ever been in a relationship with someone like that, you have my full support and sympathy. I know what it's like to have someone pull you in and think they're everything and then ruin that for you. And then what's crazy is they took that shit and they applied it to me and that became a rumor around me. And that has followed me for a while when in reality, that is not the case at all. So trust me when I say whatever it's going to come back. Don't worry about it. Let the motherfuckers talk. Just like this little cis motherfucker walked up in here, tried me, bitch. Okay, girl, I don't even know you, but be prepared. I know it's miserable for you right now. You got to come here and do all that. Anywho, let's get back to this fight. My bad, y'all. I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to give you a little reason, a little karma intake on how it really works with folks. But you ain't got to fight every fight. Trust me, life will do you all those favors. Now, I'm still confused at Joseline doing all this, but then I'm not because this is Joseline's character. What makes me more upset about the situation is that Ballistic is literally involved, just like you were at the reunion. You're yelling at Lex. Literally, her whole entire top is down. Wig has been ripped off. She was just jumped by Melissa and Joseline. Also, let's call this what it was. He was holding them down. He was not pulling them apart. I want y'all to be very clear with this. There's a whole, I'm trying to not show as much as I can with this. He had his arm wrapped around Big Lex's neck, trying to remove them. No, you were sitting there taking the oxygen out of Lex while Joseline was uppercutting her in the, come on now. I watched the video. I watched it. Man, when it hits him, it's gonna be bad. Here I am though, looking like Joseline. You got arrested, and you're entrusting him with that child. I hope that baby's with somebody else. I hope that baby is with somebody else. I don't. If he gonna put his hands on a woman like that in that kind of situation, like she didn't even swing on this man. You feel what I'm saying? Like. Then he can do anything. He could be any kind of anybody. And he did this already on the show. That's why I'm like, y'all, something ain't right. Something ain't right. So I don't know these people. This is what was talked about on Twitter. And this also has spilled over from another show that had Zeus Network, but it's not a stretch that, oh, that's TV. Oh, now that's TV is there, and Zeus both are in the building with some sort of show like this, because oh, that's now TV, or now that's TV or whatever. Lex has a show on there, the Big Lex collection. Okay, I watch all those shows too. I watch all of them. Lex, I watched them all. Just like I watched Joseline's shit. I watched her shit too. I watched yours too. And it's just interesting how this like cross path. But most people from Zeus end up on, oh, now that's TV, is who I see all the time. As a matter of fact, with some girl that was on One More Chance, she's a producer on one of the shows that's there, right? Okay, so listen, y'all. Now, Joseline, after that situation happened, is now, I guess because she can't get to Lex no more. It was so weird. She just is running around hitting people. Like, I kid you not, walked around and was tapping people. Walked around tapping folks. Security's trying to grab her. She's slapping the security. This man here was slapping the tar out of him. Man, I know you got a strong job, brother. Because them hands of hers are big, okay? Like Uma Thurman feet big, okay? I don't know who this man is for security. I don't know who you are, sir. But absolutely. Yes, I will. I don't know yes, and that's a yes and right there for me. Yes, and okay. What do you want? Now, it was really funny because most of the people who she was trying to hit, but I shouldn't say funny. Most of the people that she was trying to play tag with, there we go, were filming her. So, of course, she's mad at the situation. Now, this one girl who was walking away, for those of you who are like, she was wrong for that. No, Miss Mama was filming her. And she tried to walk away quickly and wasn't fast enough. And Joseline, let me tell you something. Joseline, I know you play football. I know you can do a sport. I know Krishan levels of energy. You weren't even looking at her when you snatched her from the back of her head. Pow! You're looking at some dude who is filming you that you're ready to use your other hand with. That's brilliance. That's fucking amazing. Becky, I thank you so very much on Venmo, baby. Glad I could catch this rant with me before I head to work today. Thank you for your invaluable perspective as always. Sending love your way, right? Making sure. Yes, sending love your way. Thank you, Becky. I appreciate you, babe. Becky, I think we met at DragCon, right? And it was when I was at the World of Wonder line and I was about to go get my bag with the pens. Is that you, Becky? Are you still here? I hope you're still here. I know that was a little while ago. Forgive me for missing that. If that was you, Bexters, hi, babe. It was nice to meet you. I know I've said that before, but it really was. Your energy was something I needed that day. It was literally right after my performance, and I was in that line. So I was like, oh, it was just nice to have somebody. Yes, we did. Oh, no. List your accomplishments and achievements. I had a booth at DragCon with dragqueenmerch.com. I have people that, wanted to say hi and hello to me and value my opinions, and I'm liked and loved. That's just a couple, small amount of people. Thanks, Becky. No, it was really nice meeting you, babe. Hope you got to meet everybody because I didn't. I was so tired Saturday. Becky saw me when I was like dead tired. Like, did a whole performance the night before. I only had 4 hours of sleep. I was in line. I was like, child. So when Joseline took her whole hand and oven mitted it to the back of her head, Mama threw a drink on her. And of course, Joseline is chasing after her, but Melissa is the one that catches her and starts swinging on her. Now, everyone thought Melissa was a grown man. A grown man. I mean, it looks like she's about to go to the chapel and possibly pick up somebody who looks like they're underage. But, that's her story. That's what she wants to stick to. Hey, Sienna, I hope you're having a good time at work. I hope it's not too much. Or is it Shauna? Is it Shauna? Did I fuck that up again? Did I fuck it up again? I fucked it up again, didn't I? I did. I'm sorry. My bad. Why I want to say Sienna? It's Shauna. I'm seeing it now. C-H-A. Shauna Matthew. How to use the other name. Matthew. Yes, Melissa's the one in the blue looking like she smells like 3 different colognes at once. Every time I see some shirt that is low-key, that polyester, or that I want to be silk kind of feel, I'm like, you must have 3 different colognes on, don't you? Don't you? And none of them mix. None of them mix. We've all met that person who's walked past us and it's like, oh God, you're trying to kill everyone. Hey, you would have thought Melissa was fucking Joseline. I don't know if Ballistic is back there still putting his hands on Lex, but you would have thought it was Melissa's wife that got disrespected and she wanted to handle, just like with Lex. And I also would like to ask the stud in the room, why are you involving yourself in their business? I assumed she wanted to fight some grown ass men. That's all. Big by Bunny. We're not going to talk about those fights at Big Yo's, honey. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it today. We're not going to talk about the Big Yo's fights from back in the gap. No. No, listen, that's when they bring in them knives, girl, because when they can't fight, they try to stab people and shoot. That's how that shit goes down, which is another reason why when someone was like, I'm calling you out, and someone arguing with me that Heidi better watch out because Kahanna is physically developed and she's an athlete, so she's going to beat her up. And I'm like, baby, just because somebody works out, is an athlete, takes care of themselves in that kind of way, does not put them at the advantage in a fight. And I know that from personal experience of putting my hands on people much bigger than me and as well as stronger than me and still handling them. Because if you can't fight, you can't fight. No, you could bench press 500 pounds. You won't get worked. I have seen trees fall. I thought it was when they said, well, why are you making it's not that big of a deal? Well, then why even say this shit in the first place when you do not know what you're talking about because you have not been arrested for fighting. You have not gone through the stakes of actually having to go to said fight. And don't do that. Jump now. Matty's been jumped. Matty's had to handle folks on his own. I've had to fight my own brothers, bitch. I've had the people dead ass at my try to get me at school. Girl, nah. And survived every one of them. Won most of them. Do not come to somebody who literally had boxing training and talk about, oh, well, they've had the fifth. No. As have I. Literally, I could, man, one day, I'm going to tell you all the story that's going to blow your mind. And I have people who can actually hop on camera to verify that with me. But bitch, girl, they had to pull me off this one. Girl, I don't play with me because I'm gay. Do not play with me because you think I'm soft, and do not play with me on any level of who I am and my person and character. I will drag you. And in my 30s now, I try not to like play that, but like, you know, when I was younger, I had boxing classes with a Golden Glove champion who taught me how to move my fist so I don't break my fucking hand when I'm hitting somebody, and told me what parts of the body to touch on when I got to hit someone. So if I want to get them to stop, want to stun them a bit. I've had that kind of training along with Marine military experience with boot camps I was into because my dad was trying to butch me up. Like, honey, and I retain everything that I've gotten in my life. Things don't leave me. I don't know about you, but I retain my stuff. Former gymnast as well. You know what the legs do. You know I can do a flip. You know what's up. Don't ever in life walk into a fight and go, I am more physically capable to do things than them, and I'm going to win. I have seen out of shape men take out the best of them. I have seen it, and it's wild. That's why I can't watch people with the overhead shot. That's not how I was taught to fight. Like, I don't, this kind of shit is weird to me. No, girl. Like, kicking is weird to me. These hands, though, whoa, this is all we got. They're going to be red when I'm done, but it's all we got. So, like, and that's one of the best places to hit somebody to slow someone down, especially if you can already see they don't have the air intake. And the way they're fighting is they're leaving their body. Oh, girl, please. Like, you can do somebody so quick, that uppercut at the end is going to wrap it. I have 8 brothers? Baby, come on. My daddy literally set us up to fight all the time. Don't do this today. For fun. Stephanie, oh my God, thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate this, such a generous tip. I appreciate you down. Thank you, love. Sorry, my mom is visiting. I've missed the lives. Shout out to mom. Hi, mom. But thank you so much for the tippy poo. Shauna, thank you, love. See, I got it right, Shauna. Love you, boo. You keep me very entertained. Thank you, baby. Thank you so very much. And thank y'all for tuning in. 400 plus of you here. I had to mark out the comment because there was a slur that was used towards lesbians, and I'm refusing to say it today because I actually support my lesbian sisters. So I'm not going to use that D word that this dumb bunny up here used, but I do want to make sure you can see it here. But this part that got me concerned: woman beater Ballistic is purposely putting his weight on Big Lex while she is in a chokehold by Joseline. Then he screams in her face like she's in the wrong after getting jumped. Somebody needs to put hands on him and that thing, Melissa. That was my issue with that fight. That was my issue with it, is once I saw him involved, I'm like, oh, this is exactly what was happening at the reunion. This is exactly what they had to cut off for the cameras. That man got involved. I forgot all about this, James, when Kahanna got all her feels at Mercedes over the opulence meme, and Mercedes literally did nothing wrong, and Kahanna got upset at her because the meme blew up without Kahanna. Really, girl? I remember that. I totally forgot about that. Wow. I totally forgot about that. See what happens when we just leave things where it's at and we move on. But then when people do things that also emulate the stuff that just happened, do you see what I'm saying? Like, see what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? Like, we forgot about it because we thought that was moved on and they've changed as a person. But then things happen currently that still show the same. All right. Are we voting? Are we voting? Day, thank you so much, Matty. I love you in this channel. Keep it going. I will. Haters be damned. Listen, people, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Me and my therapist have had a nice, nasty, long conversation. Okay. Gabby, hey, sister. Every L she takes is edited out, and I hate that. You talking about, how long ago was this? 2:43. That was 7. We were talking about Joseline. Uh-huh. Somehow the camera didn't stand up until that. I was like, okay. Grown men standing by and holding cameras, gross. That's another thing too. I have with people in fights. My phone's not going to be out because if that fight progresses towards me, I need to be ready. Personally, I need to be ready. Like, if that spills over here, I need a free hand. I want a free hand, okay? Mm, 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 mm. I want to give a shout out to another YouTuber, Ashley Miller here, because back to the Joseline fight. I need to give Ashley some love here because I was here for her tweet today. But basically Ashley had said that Joseline and Big Alex fight really irritated me. I don't care who hit who first. What pissed me off was Melissa jumping in and kicking that girl while she's down. Bitch is whack and lame and will get enough of being super save a hoe to Joseline. And she can't even fight, shaking my head. And my comment to that, Ashley, and she responded, love you, Ash, was, did Melissa fight this hard for Mimi? It's a real question. I said, well, I mean, did Melissa fight this hard for Mimi? Because I don't remember that. I remember her being kind of real lax, and I'm not about that kind of bullshit. So it's very interesting. I mean, maybe Melissa is attracted to Joseline's masculine energy. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, my unsuccessful ass getting tips. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Blue, thank you for the tip on Cash App. Love you, Maddie. So excited I got to tune in today. So excited you got to be here too. Love you, baby. Love you, baby. Yes, that's Mimi from Mimi's Melissa from Love and Hip Hop. That's the only Mimi I'm talking about. Andre, thank you for the tip on Venmo. Everybody's favorite cocaine bear. Had me dying. I'm an MMA fighter, and I can tell from just the way you talk, you know how to fight. Oh, Andre. Me, Dooley, shit, Blake, Jamar knows how to fight. Girl, like, that's another thing, too. I would hate for y'all to ever see Jamar have to put his hands up. Whoo! You think that baby's soft? Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And Jamar has seen me very much, very geared up. He know. He's had to calm me down from putting somebody in the hospital before. Oh yes. Oh yes. Literally, while Delta Work was hosting, I almost put that man in the grave. Okay. Touching my hair. Bitch. I had already thought of different ways to snatch him. And I was like, okay, we have to sit down. Keep the peace though, bro. You're the man. No, honestly, Andre, I always like to talk, and some people may call me a talker. I'm cool with that, but I know my resume in real world, not Matty Rants, but Matthew. I know my resume, so I know where I'm at with that. But no, I just right now we're just talking a little gas. If anybody ever stepped up to me, then they know what was up. So very much that. You can ask that one little girl named Mike that tried me that one time. But anywho, you still got the knots on your head, sis? Because I gave you a crown of them. Now, on to what happened over here with Eureka and the circumference of the stool. Billboard, if you're going to have if you're going to facilitate our queens, our dolls, the loves that we care for so very much, you need to actually have a fucking chair there. I had to look at what this, I don't know her name, young child with this small dress that has belt buckles for straps on it with that I don't think is cute at all, but she has a very, very thin stiletto because she probably only weighs 98 pounds soaking wet. But the 4'11" Marla Mabel of it all, listen here. Is she on a stool too? Like, I was very confused with what's happening with the seats. I was very confused. Now, Landon sitting on the same chair. Shout out to Landon, Mother Tucking Cider. I swear to God, if y'all don't know who this drag king is, you better get in with the get in. This is winner of Dragula season 3. One of my favorite people in the entire universe. Love you, Landon. Sasha Colby, just won Drag Race. You already know what's up with the Sasha. You know how I feel about Miss Colby. I have too many nice things to say, and that's the real deal, baby. Simone, my good sister. The girls are mad I know people. Low key, I have met everybody in this picture except for whoever that lady is. Simone, that's my sister. Hey, I've been at Simone house. Okay, I'm saying, oh, House of Avalon, what's up? Like, and I've met Miss Eureka too. I met her at a nice Hollywood party. This is me being a Willem and name dropping. I met Pheromone the same day, as well as Lisa from Top Model. She was really nice. I like her. I really do. I like her a lot. Okay. Sasha is having a conversation. We talked about this a little bit already, but she was talking, it's a discussion about pride. It's supposed to be educational as well as showing how fierce everyone is. And Eureka was lean with it, rock with it, crime mobbing on this cylinder, if you will. A cone that, let's call it what it is. That is an object that was meant to just be there. You can tell from how the staging is set up with all of that. That is not an actual seat. That's not a seat. I want to say Eureka is having a hard time sitting because a big ass needed a big seat. And I know about it. I hate small seats and flat surfaces. My ass is it's just no way I'm going to be able to be comfortable here. It's going to be a little bit of pain in the rump and my back. So I want to say that, but people are making jokes about her sobriety and I can't get into it. Some people say she's relapsing. She's on that cocaine, what Joseline is on. She's on that Joseline Hernandez. That's what we'll say. She's on that Joseline Hernandez. I'm not going to do that. I want to say my ass needs a cushion. I would want to sit where Sasha is sitting. Okay? Dead ass. But that's what I want to say to that. I just want to be clear that when I made that retweet and it got those 15,000 something likes, over 1 million something impressions on Twitter, I couldn't believe it. I had more reach than the person who actually made the post, who also had good reach too. But I was like, damn, sis, I kind of took us up. I hope they had follows from me doing whatever. I had follows from it, whatever. But anywho, people were really going in the comment section like, she on that stuff. And I'm like, I made a statement that I'm trying to look at Sasha, but it's so hard to because Eureka's moving around the way she is. And it just turned into a conversation. It's not okay. So, as somebody who has known people who have, lost their lives because of ODs and situations like that. And I've lost some good friends. And I also know folks now who are currently sober, and it's a very tough journey for them sometimes. And those who are newly there, I don't play with that shit. Not unless I know the person's just a whole evil being and needs to be just destroyed and thrown into the river. As much as people don't like Miss Eureka, she's not that girl. She's not a horrible person. Until we find out, but she's not a horrible person. She's not. So I'm just not, I can't play that game of, yeah, that's what it is. No, won't do it. Not for me. Not for me. Donnie, thank you for the Venmo, Tippy Poo. Always a welcome gift to see you live while I carry on with life. Thank you, Don. I appreciate you. I feel like I should go live earlier in the week because a lot of y'all showed up today for this conversation. I'm kind of spooked. I'm like, damn. So y'all want me to be a drama channel? So this is what it feels like to be a drama channel. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Support to all these ladies in here. But I want to talk about Drag Me to Dinner real quick. I will be doing an edited video very, very soon about this show. I have to talk about it here as the closing out moment, something that's very positive. Heidi in Closet is a part of this show with Miss Jada Essence Hall. I haven't seen y'all's episode yet. It's on my queue next. I just finished Nina West Ginger Minge with Darian Lake and Mrs. Kasha Davis. So I have to talk about my favorite episode so far. And why I ended up watching this show. I had my power go out recently. Y'all remember there was a storm that hit Houston and there was some damage that was done to my apartments. I found this out later once, everything was done and cleared and we got a nice little note from the apartments about it. But I had my power was out for like 22 hours and it is Houston, Texas in June. So just to give you an idea of what temperatures I was facing, currently, right now, it is 98 degrees. 98 degrees. And it's going to be 102 and 103 in Houston Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they're already letting us know. That there may be some issues with people's AC units going out on them. I've already had my AC unit running for 3 to 4 hours straight. Okay. Because towards 5 p.m. Houston's like sizzling, right? Not because really you want to drag me, Ryota? It's because Reddit's down. Oh my God. Don't say that. Needs to stay down. Ooh. Omar, thank you for the tippy poo. Hug back to you, baby. If I get into a fight, I'm calling you. Do call me because I will have a lawyer on standby. We will get you bailed out soon. Okay. Patty, look at the baby. Look at the baby. Sorry. Now I'm a cat dad. So everything's cats for me. His name is Mac. How cute. Sending love to you and Mamu-chan. Where is that? Where is my little bastard? Mamu-chan. Okay. Mamu-chan's asleep. This is his nap time normally. Trust me, he'll be up tonight. He'll be up tonight, darling. I've gotten used to it now, but he's letting me sleep more, which I'm very happy about. My cat is, I love my baby. Anywho, I want to talk about, what's up, Trey? I want to talk about Bitch Pudding and Meatballs episode real quick with Heklina and Peaches Christ. Sending nothing but love to Heklina's family and friends. We lost Heklina this year. She is a drag legend. A drag legend. A lot of your favorite queens to their favorite queens all look up to people, say like Heklina as well as Peaches and a lot of these other legendary girls that you may not give it for, but these people are legendary, and I'm sad that we lost Heklina. She was so hilarious, but also a pioneer in the drag world for sure. Thunder Goddess, you're the best thing to watch while working. Thank you. I hope work's going well. For anybody at work right now, shout out to you, baby. That was Matty back in 2016. Last time I worked them jobs. Oh, whoa. Whoever's on your line giving you hell. But listen, Bianca had a nice little disclaimer, or more so, by the way, if you look her up after this, she's passed, and she had that little joke because that was very Heklina's humor, so it was really there. I was really happy for that. Thank you, Crystal. Take care, baby. And yes, if someone had mentioned Emrika earlier, please always give them some love. I appreciate them for always doing the timestamps. Don't have to do that, and then you do it from the kindness of their own heart, and I'm so appreciative of it. But I watched this show or got into it because I was sitting in the heat, just losing my shit because the power went out, and it's dead ass hot, y'all. And I'm like trying to find something to just make me feel better and laugh. And at first I was like, let me look at old episodes of Drag Race. I'm like, no, let me start watching Drag Me to Dinner. And I was supposed to do reactions, but I initially just didn't feel like, I was overwhelmed with too much that I was already doing. So I was like, oh, okay, right. Man, this show is silly. This show is funny, but it's corny, and it's the corniest of corn. It is corn pops mixed with corn flakes with a milk that is made out of corn. syrup. Like it is corn. It's corn. It's corn. Oh, sorry. Shout out to my FedEx drivers. Shout out to my people doing Amazon deliveries too in this heat, wherever you're at right now. I send you my love. Just don't throw that box, please. The last delivery I had from FedEx, that man tossed it, and I literally heard the box slide. I was like, oh my God, he got in the car too fast before I got him. I will give a shout out to the UPS man when I thought he missed my place, and he didn't. He's like, I just dropped it off at your house and did one of these. I was like, oh, stop it. Your chest hair is showing. And also, after this video, if you're playing Diablo 4 and you want to join me, I'll be raiding after this. Because Matty has groceries and we're not going to go and buy some food today. I've been in the house and we're going to be okay. But no, this was such a funny episode because it just derived, it's basically like having a dinner party and they're doing it sort of in a competition style. And it's for like this random like grader that's very puniful, you know, it's very punny, right? And they all have a theme per episode. It's not the same every episode. So everyone has a theme. Okay. And based off of the theme, they have to create a menu around and entertain, right? So with the entertaining, they can make a song and dance. They can do a little skit. They can have games involved. And they can also have the food itself needs to relate to the theme. It is not meant to be a serious cooking show. It is not meant to be. It is very cheesy. Some of the food options you'll see are like, what the fuck is that? But it's meant to be that way because everything's a pun. Everything's a joke. Everything's like, aha, oh, this, that, and the other. So I highly recommend actually watching this show because if not this week, then next week, I'm going to be doing an edited video, an edited take on Drag Me to Dinner. And I'm going to rank the episodes by the pairs that are there. I'm going to just rank them that way by least favorite to best, most liked. But to be honest, I enjoyed every single episode except for Mary Cherry's. I enjoyed every single episode except for Mary Cherry's. Every single one of them. Every last one of them except for Mary Cherry's. All of them. Every single one except for Mary Cherry's. It did. All of it except for Mary Cherry's. All of them. All of them are great except for Mary's. Okay, yeah. I haven't seen Jada's and Heidi's yet, but I know it's better than Mary's. I haven't seen. There was another one I haven't seen yet. Oh, the one with Trinity, and BB, but I know it's better than Mary's. All of them. All of them. But Luca, those are the same people that will only date white men too. So what are we talking about? I saw that little post that Lux did, and they included her face in there and drag queens and all that. I just want to be very clear and say this: those same people are the same people that only seek out Latinos and whites. Do not listen to that. As a bottom who is of good old fluorescent beige black bottom over here, I can tell you right now. The same person making that argument is the same person that does that. So please do not take that seriously. I couldn't take it seriously when I read it. I was like, girl, let me look at your likes real quick. Let me go ahead and look. No, don't add up. Don't think so. Don't think so. Don't think so. It's always them that do that kind of stuff, but they're hyper focused on the drag queen bit of it all. When in reality, most people think that people that do drag are nasty or it gives them a phobia, or they're like, ooh, I don't want to be with a woman. So you won't date them because they do drag, because you can't separate the art from the artist. You can't do that. So if someone actually shows them some love, and it may be a person of a different color and they find love that way because of what they're used to, then what are we talking about? That's why I was like, honey, like, I hear what you're saying, and there are certain people who follow in the coon ships. I know about those. I've seen them. Trust and believe. But like, let's not do that today. Because are you trying to sleep with Simone? Are you trying to sleep with Lux? Are you trying to sleep with Asia? Or no, you're not. You're not. You don't even look at them that way. But yet you're expecting them to find love within their own color. Yet you don't even want to date them because of what they do for, huh? We all have our own preferences as what we like and what we're looking at here. With time, for me, I have a certain idea of what I want, but I've removed myself from thinking that I need to be with just this person because of their color or this person because of this. I more so go into the person themselves, maybe certain physical features that I really, really like, that I enjoy, but more so the person themselves is what I'm looking at and trying to see, will they take me and all my flaws just like how I need to receive them and all their flaws? Because I'm not perfect and I don't want someone perfect. So that's how I'm dating right now. I don't want you to have everything together. I don't need that in my life. I don't need you to be on some, trash bags of clothes kind of bit. That's how that one ex was with me that took me for a loop. But there needs to be something going on. There should be drive, a passion, something that you love to do or trying to do that you're working on. That's attractive. Not having phobias for feminine men and certain things, that's very attractive. Not talking about trans women crazy, that's attractive for me. I'm not trying to hear I don't want to hear what you're mad about every day. That's what I don't want from somebody. That's all I'm asking. But anywho, I know we've had a lot to talk about today. I once again want to stress, whether they limit the monetization on this video or not, or whatever it is to be, I do not wish any ill will or ill intentions, malicious behavior, or feelings towards anybody that I have talked about today, including the little punk that walked up in here and tried it and thought they were somebody with no picture, no body, barely any. And let me stop. But I really don't. If you take it that way, I leave that to you because I'm washing myself of this. I send love to Kahanna. I hope that whatever you got going on upstairs, you remove that because you let that sucker climb out of your body yesterday. And it was crazy. For Heidi, I know certain things you didn't want to do that ended up happening that maybe we could have done differently because it was a little petty here and it was a little that. But I understand when someone do what they do and threaten you, you respond. So hopefully you don't take that into your spirit and you don't let people talk down to you. Just like I wish the same thing for Kahanna. Don't let nobody talk you down. If you got it, flaunt it, tripping white. Don't even let people do y'all. Both y'all. Just do your own thing. To Joseline Hernandez, I hope that you can find serious help. Big Lex, I hope you got an ice pack for your head. Ballistic, I hope you found soap. I hope that Joseline's daughter's okay. I hope everything's fine. No one, the mama shouldn't be going to jail. That shouldn't be happening. None of that should have been happening. For what? For what? Y'all there for somebody else's fight. Huh? To Eureka, I hope your back is doing okay, or you found a little cushion. You might want to bring you a little pillow everywhere you go from now on. Shout out to Billboard for hosting our queens. And to drag me to dinner. I was shocked by that. I thought it was pretty good. So what we can do is in the last 15 minutes of this video, so we can make it a full 2-hour live today. If y'all want to ask me any questions that I deem appropriate, Amberlynn Reed style, ask me and I can fill in those gaps for you today. And we can wrap this up at the 2-hour marker here at 3:30 my time. And I can make myself something to eat. My mind really wants to go get chicken right now. But I'm mad that I didn't leave the house today because I would have gone to Kroger's and got me a baked chicken. And I would have got me some sides, little fingerling potatoes, and did me a little something here. But I got some shredded chicken already in the fridge. I'm gonna make little tacos today. I to be honest, no. Am I going to pick it back up again to finish? Yes. But I'm really happy in my life right now. And watching that takes me out of that happiness. It's like I'm watching a whole bunch of people bullshit on camera. And I just can't take it right now. And the narratives that are being driven, like Relly being so two-faced and just contradicting himself, it's very hard to really deal with it and accept it. It's just I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna finish it up. I'm probably gonna do a binge this weekend, but I don't take any of them seriously. I just can't. I can't. Lie is gone. Orlando is still. Who is Lie? Let's see here. For those of you asking for my next gig, Matty is working on his face right now. I actually was talking to Jiggly earlier today. She called me and she's like, "Girl, we're gonna sit down. We're just gonna paint together, and we're gonna like go through your face and stuff." I want to get my face on my own, which I'm working on as we speak right now. I just put in an order with Amazon for 24 Elmer glue sticks. There was a big pack of them. I was like, "Oh, give me all the glue sticks I need." But it'll be soon, but not within the next 2 months. No, like maybe in October again. But I'm working on my face. I really am trying to understand that because I feel like with everything else that's going to be a little bit easier to work with because I can perform. You've seen the vibes, but I just want to make sure my face is together because the next time I do have a gig, I want to be the one that does it, not my mama, not my drag mama, not my drag sister. I want to do it. So that's where my mind is at right now. And like everyone has told me in drag that is doing drag now that you've even seen on the show, Matt, take your time. Don't rush anything. You do what's comfortable. Like when you rush it, that's when things ain't right. You have to do shit for you. Like don't let people just, press you into stuff. Any standout moments from queens you met in LA? I mean, besides Heidi. It was the Down Under girls, the Babs. It was Spanky Jackson, Hannah Donda, and Queen Kong, my babies. We've all talked on Instagram prior to meeting during the season and even after the season. They've sent me videos of them like singing shit that I said or laughing at comments I've done. And me and Queen have talked a lot on Instagram through voice memos. And so to meet them in person, it was emotional and it was just like the best feeling. Like it was like seeing your friends who live across the world that you've been talking to and you just finally got to say hello. And I felt bad because I didn't get to see Victoria Scone. I totally forgot where she was because there was so much going on. And I saw Olivia. I was like, oh, Victoria's there. I got to go back. But then so many things happened in between that time that I lost track of time. I didn't get to meet Victoria. I'm hoping to meet her again soon. But yeah, that was one of my standout moments because it just was, it was just very like it was very that we screamed so loud. People stopped because we were screaming so loud. It was it was a lot. Yeah, I've already been streaming more games. I just took a break because my power was out and I had a lot that I had to pull back together from that. It was definitely an emotional moment and situation for me. Would have done it this weekend, but I needed a break, especially after everything that happened. Like I got very bad news the same day that all that stuff happened with the storm, and I was sobbing like an asshole. Like I really was. I didn't know what I was going to do, y'all. I was very, very upset. Not ready to talk about it in full with you. That is going to be another day, but it was some like really heartbreaking news. And I'm just, for me and the parties involved, I don't want to like speak on it, but it's very personal. And I had to come home to that. And I had a plan to do a video and I was like, no, I got to just take a break. And that power went out. And of course, this weekend I was going to stream the gaming, but I just wanted to just not. I just wanted to do the basics with Drag Race and then just call it. And it is what it is. But no, I will be streaming more games. It is only going to be Diablo 4 and Street Fighter 6 at this time. I would like to keep it on a double schedule of things, like stuff that I'm really interested in right now. And those are the only 2 games that I'm playing like religiously. I have put down Pokemon Unite. I have put down Smash Brothers for a second. I dead ass. I'm just playing just those 2. And right now I'm only focused on Diablo because I'm trying to build up my sorcerer or sorceress to 50. And then I'm about to start my necromancer up. My eyebrows, sweetie. My eyebrows. And I'm just getting a stock of them in case like it happens, I haven't seen it yet. I did see Clover went home because people on Twitter spoil stuff, but that's Twitter. You can't get, I don't need to like get crazy with that. You know what I mean? So Kelly Roller made it to the top 4, girl. I don't know if I can continue, but I said I would. So we're going to try to make a really great, it's going to be tomorrow when I talk about Jazzy Boo. So if y'all are watching my Drag Race España videos, tomorrow will be the live and I'll talk about it. Long ass episodes just to be disappointed, man. I mean, I was going to see it today, but then I said, let's do a video instead. So I'll probably see it this weekend or probably Thursday. It's the summertime, so I don't like to go to the movies with all these kids out there doing the most, acting assholes in the theater. Like, it's so annoying. Like, when school's in, it's the best time to go to the movies because everyone's at school and you can just sit in the theater and no one's going to interrupt the movie. It's like everybody's actually knows how to act. I did. Well, I mean, you can maybe not take it as Filipino food. I did have Jollibees already, but if you're talking about like traditional cuisines, like more regional foods like adobo and caldereta, I would be interested in that. I just want to, find a space and time to do food try videos. Yeah. Honey Davenport is my drag mother. Yes, Honey Davenport is my drag mama. Hold on, we got some stuff I want to. Some of y'all. Hold on, let's see here. Katrina. Is that with the nya or is it just Katrina? Because I'm seeing the NIA at the end of it. I want to make sure. Mrs. Wallace. I don't have a question. A question? I love a question. I'm always here, but never send a chat. Just want to say thank you for being you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. That's sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Jalen, not a question, but I'm so proud to be able to witness your drag journey. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Jalen. I can tell you about a light moment with Jiggly on the phone with me today and her saying how proud she was of me. And it made me so emotional. I was trying to hold it in when she was talking to me. But like, Jiggly's one of the first Drag Race girls that just didn't, was like, hey, what's up? And like, oh, I watch your shit. Da, da, da. I was like, what? And then we developed a really good friendship after that. And, that's my girl. So that's why I'm always defending Jiggly. Because, again, I get to talk to people, right? I get to do all of that. Nikki, I've already talked about that. That's not why would you ask me that question unless you're being messy? And you're being messy. So no, we're not talking about that. But no, I really was very much like thankful about how she was talking to me and just all that kind of stuff. And it was just, she's like, when you do this and how that changes and da 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 da. And I was just like, okay, that's what's up. I appreciate it. Like I literally did a whole thing where I answered that question. So I don't know why you tried. Let's see here. Let's see here. I've already answered that. The piece of cake merch. I don't know. I got to talk to Bible Girl. I think I need a little bit more gigs, a few more gigs before we have that conversation, before we talk about merch. But I know I've been sent some merch ideas already. And even from Mamu-chan, I had someone send me a merch idea that was really cute. So we'll see. I am super excited for Sailor Moon Cosmos. I'm very excited. You should, duh. Oh, that's right. Okay, so let me screenshot this. I know this is going to look crazy, but let me screenshot this so I can send it to Bleecker right now because we were going to do something this month. And we were going to we're going to start it out with like our favorite sort of bit. Like, you know how it is like, hi, this is the podcast and it's going to be about movies, but we're going to start this off with our favorites. What are our favorites? What are the movies that define who we are as people? That kind of stuff. Right. So like, yeah, Nikki, no, I've already addressed it. It's nasty and messy and mean kind of stuff. Not saying you are, but what goes around that. So I would like to just not even we're just let that go. Because if I can't anymore to that. I'm not going to be the villain in every story for people. Mars Sucks, thank you so much for the super chat. Love meeting you at DragCon. Love meeting you too, babe. I remember, listen, Mars Sucks actually got me this right here. You see this cat picture right here? So Mars Sucks got me that. Okay, so when I met him, and I think we were right outside Bitch Puddin' Vander Von Odd. Is that right? Am I correct in my ways of thinking here? and I saw you right there and you handed this to me. Is that correct? Am I right? I better be. I better be. You gave me this wonderful picture that I love so much. Yeah, we were okay. I remember. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. But Nikki, I love you. No hate to you. I just that's a very negative experience, and I'm not going back to that, and I refuse to dive into it. We're just gonna leave that as we both feel away and we're both moving on. And that's how it is. Let's see. I am. Are we going to go see that together? Oh, wait. I have to find a time to go see that when I'm not going to be interrupted in that movie. Like, I don't need people to narrate the blackening for us. It's going to be funny. So I'm like, please, God, we have to go see that for sure. Very much that. September 24th, the day of my birthday. My birthday is when I'm going. September 24th, I'm going with Ange B, Alexis, and Braze from the Chop Block. We're all going together. I got to meet up with Alexis and Ange prior to that. We got to do another dinner or something. Just have a little talkie poo. It's been a little while since I've seen him. I've been so fucking busy. But yeah, we're going to go all together on my birthday. I'm very, 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 very excited. Blake got to go to the Paris concert, so he's already told us it's going to be everything and then some. We're big Beyonce fans. So you already know. I did not hear about the ball here in July. I won't be going. I'm just going to tell you now. I'm not going to go. I'm not going. I'm past that point. You know me, child. I like to act like I'm not a part of the nightlife. So I rarely show up to things now, and I do that on purpose. I do it on purpose. So if you see me out months later, it'll be months later. Bury that. Yeah, I'll be doing a video about the concert. I have no thoughts. None. I want nothing for that show. Those are my thoughts. I bought the wrong kind of chips. I was supposed to get baked and I got kettle cooked, and I'm evil about it. That taste is so different. I don't like plain kettle cooked chips. I like flavored kettle cooked chips, but I like a plain baked chip. Isn't that strange? It's strange. Okay. We're gonna wrap this up here, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. We talked today. We had a good time. Shout out to Heidi for being in the chat here and just speaking a little bit of her piece. I'd be willing and open to have Kahanna do the same, as well as any queen on any of the shows. At the same time, I don't mean disrespect to any of those people. To anybody that disrespected me, you can get it. But everybody else, all my love to you. Seriously, all my love to all of y'all. Reminder, please, again, do not send hate to anybody we discussed today. This is all just opinions. These are all just opinions today, and we spoke our piece. Marta, I will listen. I'll see you tomorrow for the Espana review, sister. I know. Y'all give some love to Marta Mama. Shout outs to Marta Mama. She is one of the only reasons why Drag Race España has been tolerable for me, as well as also someone who has educated me on a lot of culture in Spain. And, if you haven't checked her out, please do. And if you want to watch España, but maybe not this season, but the other seasons, Marta's done videos on those as well. Marta's done videos on those as well. But give them some love. We send love to each other here on YouTube. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's like, fuck that girl. No. It's always the people who have less followers than me saying shit like that. So, and are not monetized. Ooh. Okay. Anywho. You guys are the side guys. Well, and so on. I'm not giving up. I'm watching it. I'm going to watch. It's very much Supreme's friends to the finale. And then there's Petita. Like I just don't know why I'm witnessing this. Like, what if Kelly Roller wins the season? It will be Drag Race Italy all over again. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anywho, like this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Get in the comment section. Be respectful. I am a good for deleting and blocking. I am great for ignoring you as you retweet with your badge of honor in those moments. I think that shit's childish and hilarious. I'm good for that. Be respectful in the chat. Be respectful in the comments. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for España. We're going to have a nice little another episode coming up this Thursday. I won't tell you what it is yet, but get ready. Get ready. A break on Friday, back again on Saturday for All Stars 8, and of course, Sunday's panel. As a reminder, Jack Fed, also a fellow YouTuber, shout out to Jack Fed. I got to meet him at DragCon, will be on the panel this Sunday. So if you don't know who Jack Fed is, then, oh my God, he has way more subscribers than me. He's so much more successful than I am. Remember, this is how the Reddit threads work and how the girls try to get you back. He's got more subscribers. He's more likable. Ha! You know what? I think he is too. I think he's more successful and is more likable than me as well. So that's why he's coming to the show. So we can get his opinion. I had a friend of mine really put into perspective people that try to throw things in your face and how easily you can just flip it. It's like, okay, yes, yeah, like you're winning. It's not even about you. Anywho, I'm excited for Jack. Huge Ass Mammoth Productions is going to be here soon as well as a Man Dumb. I cannot wait to have them. You already know about their podcast. They've invited me to come. I'm waiting for my other invite since y'all said it at DragCon, bitches, though. But I'm going to also get them on the show too as well. Cornbread and me are talking about it whenever Heidi wants to come on. You know, she has a space and a place. Jiggly Caliente has been a part of this crew. We've had Dieter Ritz in this piece. I'm going to do a little bit better, trying to get more people on. But at the same time, I also like it when it's just family and we're talking. You know, so yeah, have a good day, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Drop a tip in my jar if you feel like it. Everybody that sent me a tip today, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for your generosity. I sincerely appreciate it from the bottom and top of my little heart. Is this where it is? I don't, whatever. Thank y'all so much. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good day. Love yourselves first. And if things aren't going well for you today, inhale, exhale, release. You got this. I'll see you later, babies. I fucked it up. I'll see you later. Okay, bye.
Listen.
Yeah.